Alright, so last night I actually just like slept for 10 hours and I missed this. Seems like they posted the details for LR Sleepy Beerus is what we're calling up, but this is Beerus Pajamas apparently. And his details, a lot of people are upset about it, right? Because he seems like he's not that good right now. I'll just say that for first and foremost, but keep in mind, this guy is going to EZA in part 3 of the anniversary, so we'll see there. But let's at least take a look at his base details and kind of think about what he could look like maybe with an EZA. I had to go ahead and bring together translations here. I just took a look over him and made sure, you know, we can get the this is translations here in my format that I used to go ahead and do. So let's go ahead and just take a quick look at this right now. But I also want to say there were some events also announced that we'll be covering shortly. Now, this is a Pajama, physical free-to-play Pajama LR Beerus. Planetary Destruction Key through 80% HP attack and defense, sure. He doesn't have super attack effects, right? Because he's actually sleeping, right? So he's unable to attack. He gets 150% defense. He does get 30% damage reduction at the start of the character's attacking turn. Then with each turn passed, he loses 10% damage reduction, no more than 30% damage reduction. So I believe how it would work is he would have 30% reduction that first turn. And then the next turn he does, even if he's not on rotation, he gets 80%. No, not 80%, my bad. 20%. Then when he returns, if he comes on rotation, he does have 10% damage reduction, right? So I think that's how it's going to work. Again, with an EZA, hopefully that cap stays at 30%, but maybe the start of turn, like, you know, the reduction he loses, make this stay at 30%, even lower to 20%, and then make this go up to like 50%. I think that would be ideal, considering he cannot attack. He should be tanky, right? I think 50% reduction would be fair for a free-to-play character. Then he does give a support buff, really interestingly. He gives all allies 20% attack within this character's attacking turn. Then with each turn that passes, he gets an additional 10% attack up to 30%. So how that works is that he only gives the support when he's on rotation. So even though the support builds up with each turn that passes, since it clarifies it's the all allies get the attack within his attacking turn, that support is only in the turn that he's on. So even if you flow him off, right, and you get a situation where, okay, you know, the next turn he's not giving 30% support the next turn, or 40% support the turn after, unless he's on that specific rotation, then he'll be giving the support, which, you know, could be interesting. He does change physical keyspheres to rainbow keyspheres, which I find a little odd because he's a physical type character and he's changing those physical keyspheres to rainbow. Then he gets 30% defense with each keysphere he obtains. I'm not sure, like, I mean, to be fair, he doesn't have to get like a high specific key number. Like, he doesn't have to hit 24 key or anything like that, right? He just has to get as many key spheres as possible. So it doesn't really matter if he changes physical to rainbow, because it's not like, oh, I'm not hitting 24 key with this guy, I'm in danger. He doesn't get anything by hitting 24 key. He doesn't do damage, right? So he just wants as many key spheres as possible. So it doesn't matter which ones he changes, but it is kind of funny because he loses out on, I guess, potential healing, right? That's the one thing that you lose out on. But besides that, it's not that big of a deal, honestly. I think it's 30% again defense with each key sphere he gets. So I mean, let's say you grab 5 key spheres, that is about 150%, so you'd get 300% starter turn defense. And it's like, again, there's nothing great. I would say he definitely looks weak right here, right? This is definitely not a character contendable for difficult content anyway, right? Maybe in the older red zones, right? But like the newest content that's out right now, this character is not going to be viable. But he will get an EZA. And with an EZA again, this support, I assume the support will be the same. Maybe if they add key to this could be interesting. Make him have higher reduction. If there's some way he can get multiplicative stats, like, again, I mean, honestly, this doesn't have to change. This could be raised a little higher than defense 150%, but if it gets like 50% defense when receiving an attack, or even if it's after receiving an attack, because, you know, when receiving an attack, they only have given 2 units, that the LR Fusion Zamasu and then the Full Power Broly. I believe those are the only characters that get buffs when they receive the attack. Most characters get a buff after they receive the attack, right? So it could be something like that, which is fine. Again, he's free to play. and then make this at least 50%, and then I think he could actually be decent, right? You know, even if they make the support give defense as well, and no key, because he is a Rainbow Key Sphere changer anyways, right? So he doesn't need to necessarily give key, but it would be helpful. His links are basically the same from when he's pre-awakened, right? It's just the same links except legendary power, just your general Beerus links, godly power, prodigies, connoisseur, and instant shocking speed, shatter limit, legendary power. Then your general Beerus teams, except he's on super bosses. Some Beeruses are not, so this guy is actually on the super bosses category. But Rama God, Simply Spawn with Rebels, Bottom Master Disciples, Space Round the Warriors, Planetary Destruction, Legendary Existence, and Super Bosses, right? So that is that. This guy could actually be helpful for the Beerus team, not the Beerus team, the Broly team, funny enough, because he can help out LR Broly trio, right? With him changing the physical key spheres, he will allow them to get their support instead and the 7 key spheres. So I think that is something interesting that you can consider. And again, he would actually share shocking speed, legendary power, and I don't know, does Broly trio have prodigies? I don't recall what links they have at the top of my head. They don't have prodigies, but again, shocking speed, legendary power, right? You know, that's something there, you know, there's a little bit of link set. So that's cool, right? Funny enough, the new Broly has prodigies though, so that's cool. Then again, he wakes up, right? So he has an active skill, can be activated from the 5th turn from start of battle, once only. Then he wakes up from the sleep and then redirects all enemy attacks to himself in 1 turn. So all enemy attacks do go to him specifically, right? Just like, you know, the brand new LR Physical Gogeta. Usually this part, like this free-to-play LR does share the mechanic as the new LR, right? So that happens all the time during Anniversary. Last year we got the Standby Majin Vegeta. The year before, we got the intro for the Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. Then the year before that, I forgot who was the LR for the 6th anniversary. It was Roshi got the revive, right? So those are all things that was in mind for the actual anniversary alerts that got the new mechanic, right? That's been a thing that they've been doing. But he does wake up, right? And then he actually can attack here. So super attack effects: raises attack for the turn on 12 key, colossal damage and seals. 18 key raises attack and defense for 1 turn, mega colossal damage, and then greatly lowers attack. Decent, right? You know, when he awakens, make this greatly raise and get this defense on here. And I think that's all they really need to change personally. Key 3 and 150% attack and defense, 30% reduction for the first turn, for 1 turn from this character's first appearance. So whenever you use the active skill, he does get 30% damage reduction on that very first turn. I would hope that again changes to 50%. Because he is directing all the attacks towards him, so he has to be able to receive attacks. I think that would be very nice. Even if it's like 60% reduction for 1 turn, like that's something like that. Because it's like, I mean, it's not like he's stacking up defense or anything. It's not like he doesn't have any multiplicative stats here, except for the attack, right? This is multiplicative. So key 1 up to 5, and then a 10% attack up to 70% with each attack this character receives. Right, that's fine. That's fine. That is a multiplicative buff. Maybe he could build up defense here too, right? Plus an additional 70% attack and defense when collecting 3 more key spheres. Then a medium chance to crit for the rest of battle, starting from the turn in which this character receives 7 more attacks. So after he receives 7 attacks, he gets a 30% chance to crit, which is honestly kind of garbage, right? You know, I mean, to be fair, again, since he is redirecting the attacks, right, you could actually get this fairly easily. You could get this build up fairly easily, even though you aren't on the 5th turn from battle when this character would actually wake up. You are able to successfully, I think, get a lot of those attacks in, so not that big of a deal at the end of the day. But again, this guy is nothing too special, right? I think the main important thing is that that damage reduction gets bumped up by quite a bit, at least 50%, man. That's like the bare minimum, 50%. If they do more, that'd be great. But again, since he's already only at 30%, I'm saying 50% is a good expectation to set for this free-to-play character. Then the greatly raised attack, and then the raised attack and defense here. That's the ideal changes. Again, I'm not expecting this guy to be busted or even like necessarily really good for difficult content, but at least if they make him runnable and useful, like on the Broly team, the Super Bosses team, which is I think the main thing for this character, that would be very important. But let me know what you guys think about this Pajama Beerus here. Then next we do have some stuff about the new content coming for part 2. So we can take a look here. And then we also have these missions that you want to get done on the weekend. Make sure you get these done, right? 21 stones, very easy to get. So this is the free-to-play Beerus LR. I mean, shocker, right? We're getting new stages. Apparently there's going to be a data download today. So this is 2:10 Pacific time, but this is actually going to be the 9th Pacific time. This is how the game translates it. It's actually the 2:10 in JST. It's already the 10th in Japan. In about 12 hours, no, in less than 12 hours, we're going to have the part 2 fan meetup. And that should show us the part 2 LRs, right? So it does make sense that if there's a data download today, the data download might be before the fan meetup. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Then we have this Frieza. Of course, we already knew. They put his art in the data. None of his details, but they put his art in the data. So this Frieza is actually getting an awakening. In the part 3, he should also EZA with the Beerus. So again, don't expect this guy to look too good. He'll be probably okay. But you know, like when he EZAs, that's where we really want to judge what this Frieza is going to look like. But who knows? Maybe he's actually good. You know, you can't really tell for sure. I doubt it though. Then we're getting new stages here for the... Actually, what event this is the... What is it called? The challenge event here, which this is the Ultimate Excite Battle. This is where we fought Jiren. I'm assuming, again, if we're going to get a new stage, I don't know what the new stage will be. Maybe related to superhero. I'm thinking... I mean, we're all thinking superhero is going to be part 2, right? You know, let's be completely honest here. But a new stage is going to be in this event. This is where the Jiren fight was, which is very interesting. It had a lot of missions here. This is fun to do, right? So that's a thing that's coming. And then we're getting new stages for the Supreme Battle Spectacle Blue Zone. I'm assuming it's just going to be these 3 stages against Soda Hope Trunks, UI Goku, and Blue Evolution Vegeta. So that is also very exciting. These stages, again, could be the hardest stages in the game. We just got Gogeta and Broly. Those stages are probably like the hardest stages in the game. Up there for sure. And then we also got the Beerus stage, is very difficult. Then these 3 I could expect him to be really, really tough. Like again, UI Goku, what if he's like a massive dodging fiend? Blue Evolution Vegeta, what if he's like just mega tanky? Like what if this guy has an AoE countdown and then he like just wipes out your units? This guy, who knows? Maybe he could disable dodge and he has dodge, right? What if he disables dodge and he dodges himself, right? That could be like annoying. And then this guy, I'm not sure. I mean, if anything, Soda Hope Trunks will be the one with the countdown. It'd be funny if Blue Evolution Vegeta has an AoE final explosion super. That'd be funny. And the burst mode, it seems like we're getting a burst mode for the... Is this the Tournament of Power? That's the Tournament of Power Frieza Dokkan event, right? Hold up. Let me take a look here. Dokkan events, final form, Frieza Angel. Let me bring. I think that's his returning from. Hold up. Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. I'm doing my investigation skills. No worries. Yeah, I think that's it. I think this is it. So the Angel Golden Frieza stage is getting a burst mode, right? Which, I mean, makes sense. He's part of Dragon Ball Super, right? Interesting, though, you know? Interesting. I think Beast is coming, but I would not be surprised again. Like, I'm thinking it's Beast and Cell Max. I think that's my final thought. I'm gonna make a video on that, but I would not be surprised if it's Beast and UI Goku still, right? I think Beast is coming, but you can call it Copium all you want. There's a lot of Tournament of Power stuff still going on, and obviously it's Dragon Ball Super themed, but it's not like we've been getting Future Saga stuff. It's not like we've been getting well, I guess we did get Battle God stuff, right? With the kind of with the Beerus event. That's more like the anime filler, which they never code, but I don't know. It's, you know what? We'll see. I'm thinking mostly Cell Max and Beast Gohan, but it's like anniversary. Are they gonna drop Cell Max or Sane? You know, I'm just saying. But we'll see everything tonight. I'll make a theory video one last time about the part 2 LRs, and I'll just catch you guys in the next video then. Peace out.